do the best that I can. So
yeah.
it's always good feedback.
Now, of course, you and I both know somebody, a mutual... Hang on one second. Oh, speak of the devil. You and I are both familiar with a certain someone that used to live in L.A. Now she's in Atlanta. I'm talking about Devin.
Oh, okay.
You know Devin Damo, right?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yes. I'm basically now her adopted big brother.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. She was actually nice enough to invite me to, when she lived in Los Angeles, to her place. Because she was supposed to go on a tour with me back in November, but it did, things happened, and I will say this much, she knows how to make a mean drink.
Oh boy, yep.
Yeah, when you wake up at 2:30 in the morning realizing you have an 8:30 flight to catch.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Right.
but she told me to tell you hello.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Well, tell her I said hello back.
I will. We talk every day. We're texting back and forth every morning. So, how do you think she would do in something like this?
Oh, I think she'd be a good fit for the LFC. Because she's, definitely has a lot of fight in her. I think, it's been a while, but we've done some sort of fight together before, and I think she would be great. She'd be a good fit.
Yeah. You also mentioned Malibu.
Oh yeah, Malibu would be great. I have a ton of people I know. Sybil Starr.
Yes.
And she would be awesome.
In fact, speaking of Malibu, she's been emailing me as I was broadcasting before you called, because she asked if I lived in Oregon, and there's a story behind this. When I tell people that I live in Vancouver, what's the first place you think of?
Canada.
Exactly. So I've just come to tell people I live in Portland, Oregon, because nobody's really...
Oh, that's why. Okay, that's why I was screwed up. Okay, on the time.
Yeah, I just tell people I live in Portland. I live in the Portland, Oregon metropolitan area.
Okay.
But technically I live in Vancouver, Washington.
Okay.
Yeah, so who else? You've mentioned Sybil. We mentioned Devin and Malibu. Who else do you think would be a good fit?
Oh, well, I know she's pretty busy, but I know Dragon Lily would be awesome. But
oh yeah,
she's so busy. She's so busy. The girl's got tons of things going on. But she would be great for something like this.
Mm-hmm. Now, is there anybody that you would like to face off with in the cage?
Actually, I think Bella would be fun. Because I'm thinking I'm on the pink team, and so it's got to be someone on the black team. And, luckily, a lot of the people on the pink team are actually Allie and Jolene, I think, is on the pink team, and a lot of them I know. Which it would be fun to fight them, but I don't think I'll be ever fighting them unless somehow they get switched over to the black team, or I get switched over. So, since Bella I know is on the black team, I definitely would love to fight her. And just because we and her, I don't think we've ever fought.
You've never done...
I've fought other people before, but I don't think I've ever fought with her.
Interesting. Let's see, who can I think of at the moment? Oh, Vixen Romano. She was drafted into the LFC. She's another very good friend of mine. What would you say about having a fight with her if given the opportunity?
Oh, I'm good for anybody they throw me with. I'll just go with it. So, just out of curiosity, I'd like to see how I do with each person every different person that there is, just because everyone's different how their style of fight is, and I'd want to see how I fare against them, and I certainly want to get a win. So I mean,
yeah, I mean
Mystique's losing the match, so I want to redeem myself and try to get a win. So
that's the point of anything, really, is to try to get a win, right?
Right. I mean, I'd like to, I like to be a badass here, so I need to I need to win something.
Yeah. Participation trophies do not count in this. I'm sorry. God, who else can I think of? What about Lia LaBelle?
Oh yeah, I've actually fought with her before.
Uh-oh.
She would be fun to work with. Yeah, I wouldn't mind being in an MMA situation with her.
Are you familiar with either Megan Jones or Mia Annabella?
I know of Mia Annabella. Megan Jones, I don't think I'd ever want to work with her ever, actually.
Uh-oh.
Well, no, it has. I mean, just a bad experience production-wise as a producer hiring a model. I just work ethic. I'm a bit of a nerd and a bit of a, I don't know, professionalism.
You a nerd? No.
And so last time when I worked with her was a long time ago. It just didn't feel like she was really trying very hard. It just wasn't a very good. It could have been a bad day for her, but I tend to not want to work with people again once I have an experience like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nothing against her or anything like that, but it just wouldn't work for my production. So I don't. And just saying that, I probably wouldn't want to work with her in any other situation either.
So, God, who else can I think of? Chloe Cummings.
I don't know who that is.
But
sure, she can fight against me.
Yeah, she's based out of Pittsburgh. I know she's wrestled Allie before. We've had our ups and downs, but we're back on the ups now. Trying to think of who else would be a good one. Anybody internationally that you know of?
You know who would be fun is Scorpion.
Yes.
I've fought with Scorpion before. I think she would be fun.
Yeah,
or even Ancha.
Oh my God, that would be something to see.
I fought with Ancha before. I did a tournament with her a long time ago in England, and we did a wrestling match thing. And it was fun. Actually went to Hungary and visited her over there as well.
That's one thing I have yet to do, is go international.
Yeah, well, that was something else. What a wonderful person too. Both of the Scorpion and Ancha, both really great people.
Well, that's. I mean, sometimes they gotta be, and then there's other people that I've met that are just total. They're not the best people.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't want to badmouth, and I don't like to badmouth people, but like when you asked me the question, I couldn't lie and say, well, you have just a bad experience and nothing against the person, but maybe you just don't mesh well with their personality or whatever.
Oh,
for whatever
totally.
Reason, so.
Totally. So I did tell you that, and I've been posting about LFC, how proud they were to have me do a podcast about them.
Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, they're very humble company. I love that.
Oh, but I was humbled that they offered me the VIP package. And I dropped a little hint on, the next event should be like the week I'm there for my birthday event. Hint, hint.
Oh, nice.
I haven't heard back on that one yet, but yeah, I will be in Las Vegas, July the 10th.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't even know. Like, I know they announced their May fight. I don't know if I'm going to be in that one. I know they sent out an email to check people's availability on the scheduling.
Uh-huh.
And basically, I'm free for all of the ones at the Nerd, and then there was one potential one that was in Vegas as well that I was available for. Other than that, they always have other things going on, so you never know. But I know there's only a certain amount of people that they can use, right, per matches. So
yeah.
So I don't really know which ones I'm going to be in.
Yeah.
I guess I find out, but I think with a little bit more notice this next time.
Yeah, better than a week, right?
Yeah, I want to be. I was like, it was like cramming for a last minute exam. I'm like trying to watch everything I possibly can and to get ready for it. I mean,
yeah.
The coach for the black team, that was crazy. Couldn't believe that happened.
Yeah, I was immediately angered by that.
Yeah, my phone blew up after that one. I had all kinds of messages coming in from people asking if I was okay. I just,
And I think I was one of them.
Yeah, I'm a good, I try to do the right thing, good sportsmanship, shake the hand, and, she spits on me, so...
And, apparently she is like that.
Heated up a little bit, end of the fight, and I'm thinking, wow, I don't know, couldn't control myself, so I went after her.
And then,
but that's no reason to pull me off and throw me across the cage. I mean, that was crazy.
Yeah, I'm considering he was he's two times, twice the size of you?
Yeah, I mean, 3 times the size of me,
Jeez, I think somebody needs to teach that boy a lesson. I think the Scotsman needs to teach him a lesson.
Maybe I need to pick him up and throw him across the cage next time.
Maybe. Who knows? Just pick him up and hurl him through the cage, actually.
Yeah, maybe I should do my helicopter spin on him.
Yeah, that was amazing when you did that.
Yeah, you know what? I like to do the element of surprise. I was talking on the earlier podcast there.
Which I will be checking out.
And I like to... It's like I think of myself as kind of like a person that likes to surprise people.
Yeah.
Because they're never expecting me to be able to do something, and then I like that element of surprise, so I'm sure there'll be more of those in upcoming fights.
Well, it's like I always tell people, and I learned this from a pro wrestler by the name of Sting. The only for sure thing about me is nothing's for sure.
Right. So, you never know.
Exactly. Now, I want to ask you about something that I've been writing a book called The Session Interviews, and I've interviewed Mia and Megan personally. I saw them. I interviewed Devin, Sapphire from Sleeper Kids, Christy Etzold, of course. That was a fun interview. But one of the big questions that I've always asked is injuries. And for you, especially in the cage, injuries, any injuries you suffered in, productions or anything, what has been the worst injury you've ever had?
Oh, my worst one, and I don't know if you even saw that. I had jaw surgery. I had the injury for 3 years. I couldn't get my insurance wouldn't cover it, and I had a GoFundMe account that was set up with the suggestion of a fan. Wasn't able to raise enough, but I had it sitting there. Was going to go for a different insurance company, and then I ended up getting married. And my husband was telling me, "Why don't you wait to do to put the claim in on my insurance because it'll be better." And I'm like, "Okay." And so that's why it took 3 years for me to have a jaw surgery. And I actually posted a picture of me before and after, just so anyone that did donate from like 3 years ago on the GoFundMe could, it's now been over a year now that I've had the surgery, but so they could see that it did go towards the jaw surgery, but that had to be the worst one. Couldn't open my mouth up hardly at all. I mean, it was crazy. Like yawning, I couldn't yawn. I couldn't, just normal things. Couldn't open the mouth. They couldn't even put the oxygen and they had to shove it down my throat for the surgery. It's really hard to get it past my mouth.
And how did that happen?
That's how bad it was.
How did that happen? The jaw.
Well, it was actually in